I'd like to call this meeting of the Brick Township Council to order. Madam Clerk?
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 7, 2020. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the Township website.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Here.
Councilman Minikino.
Here.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Here.
Councilman Mumolo.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Here.
Vice President Halloran.
Here.
President Crate.
Here.
Thank you.
This time we'll have a salute to the flag and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second for the approval of minutes for March 10th?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontorero, second by Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Minikino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are going to begin with our budget presentations. We'll hear presentations for the Recreation Department, Parks Department, and the Department of Public Works this evening. Those individuals who are not able to be with us this evening, but we will have Ms. Bergen read those budget presentations for us.
Thank you very much, Council President Crate. So I'll start off with the Recreation budget presentation. On behalf of Dan Santinello, our Superintendent of Recreation, he would like to thank Mayor Ducey, Council President Crate, and Vice President Halloran, and members of the Council and Administration. On behalf of the Recreation staff, he is very pleased to present the 2020 budget, which I'm reading on his behalf. Throughout the past year, the Recreation Department, including operation of Township Beaches and Traders Cove Marina, plays an important role in bringing the Brick community together, serving over 350,000 residents through an array of various programs and facilities, including special events, camps, recreational sports, youth service programs, early childhood development classes, challenger programs, our extraordinary beaches, our state-of-the-art marina, and 20 parks. The Recreation Department's mission is to improve the quality of life for our Old Brick Township residents through the provision of high-quality recreational facilities and a wide variety of programs that promote a healthy and enriching lifestyle. Our goal is to foster a greater sense of community while enhancing the social, cultural, and physical well-being of the citizens of Brick Township. Throughout the year, we host various special events like Summerfest, Fall Fest, the Cultural Arts Concert Series, Movies in the Park, and drive-in movies at our neighborhood parks. This year, we are also hosting a family camp-out, hopefully. Events like this offer people a chance to come together not only as a community, but also spend quality time with their families. Our farmers market and annual townwide craft and yard sale gains popularity each year and has promoted the benefits of buying and supporting local and small businesses. Recreation staff here also offer community programs specifically for Brick kids, including National Kids Night Out, Kids to Park Day, an annual fishing derby, Mom and Her Little Prince Ball, a daddy-daughter dance, and the popular Polar Express family event. Let's also not forget that we honor and come together to embrace the community and its people with our 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony, Memorial Day Parade, and Christmas tree and menorah lighting. Recreation Summer Camp has been a success over the past few years, growing in attendance and popularity and establishing the benefits of outside activity. Last year, we introduced our school break camp for fall after the previous year's winter break camp was such a success. This year, we will introduce a camp for all 3 breaks, fall, winter, and spring. These camps will help the children of our community become more active while also helping to develop social skills. Brick has a rich history in sports, and here at Recreation we have developed great programs for our youth and adults, providing opportunities to play,
disconnected?
Yes,
I don't know.
second. Can you-
No, we're still connected,
We just can't.
but her microphone went out.
No, I'm sorry, we'll be right with you. Brick has a rich history in sports, and here at Recreation we have developed a great array of programs for our youth and adults, providing opportunities to learn, play, and become part of a team. We run basketball leagues and clinics, youth softball and t-ball, adult softball, pickleball, volleyball, and have built up our youth wrestling program. We introduced youth yoga and are starting a youth fitness program. The Recreation Department oversees a youth service program for young adults in grades 6 to 12.
Your mic's not on, according to maybe it's this mic.
It's on.
Maybe you're too far away. I don't know.
Okay, confirmation. Can councilperson waive confirmation that they can hear me?
Can you hear me? If somebody can wave their hands.
Okay, Vince is waving. I just don't know if that means he can hear me.
That means they can hear me. They can't hear you.
me?
If all the microphones are tied together, so.
Unmute all. Okay, I just have to do it this way, sorry.
We hear you now.
They can hear both.
Okay.
They can hear both.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, so we're just having problems with the muting, so just be aware, council members, of the ability to hear from you even when others are speaking. As I was saying, the Recreation Department oversees a youth service program for young adults in grades 6 through 12 who want to make a difference in the community through service. Volunteers in the Community Youth Services Program assist recreation staff at events throughout the year and participates in activities such as park and beach cleanups. Brick is home to many families with young children. The staff at Recreation oversees a comprehensive state-certified preschool program at Civic Plaza. Bright Start and Jump Start ranges in age 3 to 5. These programs help children to develop academic skills to help them get a jump start in their elementary school career. We also offer Mommy, Daddy, and Me and First Time on My Own programs that help the development of everyday activities for infants and toddlers. We are always looking to improve and transcend the way youth learn. We recently brought in new technology called the Beam that helps children learn by using play. Not only does this tool help develop their ever-growing minds, but it keeps them active and engaged. This program is also fiscally successful as we are able to offset the cost of our teachers through program and class fees. At REC, we also develop excellent programs for young people with physical and intellectual disabilities with our Challenger program. This program lets these young people participate in athletic and social activities such as summer and winter camps, bowling, basketball, baseball, dances, and Autism Surf Day, and Halloween Fest. Brick Beaches set record-breaking numbers in 2019. We generated $495,718.30, a 17.25% growth from last year. The salary and wage budget for 2020 is decreasing 3.3% based on actual expenditures in 2009. Our part-time seasonal staff includes 74 lifeguards, 21 badge checkers, and 15 maintenance workers, including Windward Beach and the marina. We will have about 60 returning lifeguards who are recognized for being some of the best trained lifeguards at the shore. Between these guards and badge checkers, we will be able to provide our beachgoers clean, safe, and well-managed beaches. Traders Cove Marina and Park has become a valued resource for boaters. The marina offers concrete floating docks, transient slips, a double-wide boat ramp, jet ski ports, a canoe kayak launch area, kayaks, and stand-up and paddleboard storage, large playground, and public restrooms. Our transient boating facility offers amenities such as a lounge area and laundry facilities for our boaters in need of these services. In 2019, Traders Cove Marina and Park generated $366,686,50 in net revenue. This summer, all 120 boat slips have been rented, as well as our jet ski ports. We had 113 boats for winter storage this past winter, which brought in $96,355. The profit margin for the marina continues to do well, generating $200,872.45 in profit. The boat ramp continues to be very popular and more accessible thanks to use of credit cards. The 2019 revenue from the boat ramp was $45,140, which is an increase of $1,960 from 2018. All jet ski ports are rented for 2020, totaling $20,000 in revenue. The operating budget for recreation decreased 4.8%. This year, we will keep progressing and continue to improve the lives of our community. None of this would be possible without the extraordinary work of our recreation staff, who would like to express a special thank you to Mayor Ducey, the council, and our business administrator for all your support. They're looking forward to another great year.
computer audio, and I don't hear anything.
I'd like to mention that this report was drafted weeks ago when we first introduced the budget. So much has changed in our world since then. So many of the programs, services, and facilities referenced in this report are on hold. But that doesn't mean we're not adapting to the crisis and recognizing our need to find new and innovative ways to serve the public and engage our families. Recreation in general is taking the hardest hit as schools are closed, group activities are not allowed, and all parks, playgrounds, and beaches are closed.
Anybody hear me?
Group activities are not allowed, as I said, and all parks, playgrounds, and beaches are closed. He says there's no audio. Yep. Paul's saying there's no audio. The recreation staff, oh, maybe.
They can't hear Joanne, but they can hear other people talking.
better last time without the Zoom. Yeah.
I can hear people in the background.
Yeah, talk again.
Can you guys hear me? Can I have a council person raise your hand if you can hear me?
It's weird. Not a lot of Zooms.
Mayor, can you see if they can hear you?
Yeah, can anybody hear me? If so, Vince, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me?
What if I unmute all, will they hear me?
Did he hear me or no? I can't see Vince.
Let's try one more time. Raise hand if anybody can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So in 2019, Traders Cove Marine, all right, granted 366,000. I know, I'm just not sure. Okay, but did they hear that?
I don't know.
The report was drafted.
Okay.
Start with that one.
So I'd like to mention, the report was drafted weeks ago when we first introduced the budget. So much has changed in our world since then. So many of the programs, services, and facilities referenced in this report are on hold. But that doesn't mean we are not adapting to the crisis and recognizing our need to find new and innovative ways to serve the public and engage our families. Recreation in general is taking the hardest hit as schools are closed, group activities are not allowed, and all parks, playgrounds, and beaches are closed. The recreation staff has been hard at work identifying ways to stay connected and remind our families that spending time together can include fun, uplifting, and creative activities. In the coming weeks, we will provide daily information on new programs and activities offered by Brick Recreation. Brick Township Recreation Department has a group on our Township Facebook page, Play at Home with Brick Rec, where families can participate in activities and share them with our community. Recent activities included a driveway chalk drawing contest and a pizza party, where families were able to get a free personal pan pizza kit, make their favorites, and share that to the Facebook page. This is just the beginning of a variety of fun activities that can be done safely at home. Please visit the Facebook page for more information and know that we remain dedicated to our mission of unifying the community by developing and offering programs that promote a healthy and enriching lifestyle.
Thank you. That concludes the Recreation Department presentation. Is there anyone from council that has any questions or comments regarding the Recreation presentation?
No.
No.
Okay, hearing none. Is there anyone from the public who has any questions on the Recreation presentation?
I think they'd have to raise their hand.
You'd have to raise your hand in the group.
Well, people that dialed in on the phone are not going to be able to raise their hand.
Okay, or...
Okay, so they're all unmuted, so anybody can ask a question.
Okay, if you have a question, you can chime in.
No, I had taken it off.
Right, so you can hear it.
Anyone from the public have a question on the Recreation presentation?
Okay.
Yes?
Hello?
Hello, yes. Can you state your name?
What happened?
that check is, there's never a difference between when we can't hear it. I'm waiting for us not to hear it. Right, okay, I'm trying to listen, but I don't hear anything from them. I think they have technical difficulty.
Okay, so let's do this.
Okay, just a
All
minute.
right.
Roxanne
Just a minute.
Jones, you are unmuted. Do you have a question?
Yeah, no, I don't have a question.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have a comment on the recreation budget?
No, I don't have a comment. I'm just getting on, okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you.
Oh, good. You can hear me. Terrific.
All right, so we're going to mute you, though, while we ask the other callers if they have a question, okay? We'll unmute later when it comes back to the public portion.
Okay.
Thank you.
The caller, the last three digits, 1399, do you have any questions on the recreation budget?
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
Caller ending in 5631, do you have any questions on the recreation budget?
Okay, thank you.
Caller Artie, do you have any questions on the recreation budget?
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Connect their audio so they can't talk.
oh, sorry, okay, okay,
Are we good?
yeah, now,
You're good?
I
Okay.
think we're good.
All right, I'm going to close the public right now, and we are going to move on to the Parks Department presentation.
Thank you, Council President Crate. Parks is a division under the Department of Public Works. Our 18 full-time employees oversee the township parks, sports fields, as well as the grounds of township facilities. There are 20 parks that our employees maintain, including 10 basketball courts, 8 tennis courts, 5 pickleball courts, 3 bocce courts, 2 skate parks, 3 horseshoe pits, 3 football fields, 15 soccer fields, 6 miles of bike trails, and 22 softball and baseball fields. We are looking forward to the opening of the newly renovated Bayside Park this spring. Parks also maintain our sports fields, including the 40-acre sports complex at Drum Point. The complex is consistently recognized as one of the best in the state. The salary wage budget for Parks increased 7.4%, and the operational budget increased 5.4%. We have taken on more work in-house, and as a result, have spent less on outside contractors. We currently manage 392 irrigation zones with 2,025 sprinkler heads. There are 147 acres of maintainable grass fields that Parks maintains. There are also many intersections, roadsides, and detention basins maintained by the Parks Department. In addition, they maintain all township-owned properties such as Town Hall, Civic Center, and the Bob Anstead Cultural Arts Center. One of our most time-consuming tasks is the annual fall and spring leaf collection, which takes 10 weeks, starting at the end of October until the second week in January. We then immediately move into Christmas tree collection for 3 weeks. Spring leaf collection begins in April for 3 weeks. Throughout the year, we pick up brush and leaves, deliver and repair township-issued automated cans, and complete tax liens issued by the Township Code Enforcement Department. One of the daily maintenance we also oversee is lake management, fertilization programs, solar field maintenance, and synthetic field cleaning. The department is also responsible for setting up and breaking down a Summerfest, trunk or treat, and all other recreational events. The department continues to take on more responsibilities as we move forward in renovating our parks. We look forward to that challenge and will continue working hard in keeping them safe and enjoyable for all Brick residents. On behalf of the Parks Division employees, I want to thank Mayor Ducey, the Township Council, and Administration for their support of our efforts.
Thank you. There are any questions
All right, so
or comments from the council regarding the Parks Department presentation?
No.
No. Hearing none?
wait, hold on.
Nope, sorry.
Okay. You could just ask again.
One more
No.
time from the council. Is there anyone who has any questions or comments on the Parks Department presentations?
No.
Thank you. You want to do the public
Yes.
individually again?
Roxanne Jones, you're unmuted. Would you like to ask a question about the Parks Department budget?
No, thank you.
Okay. Where'd she go? Hold on. Thank you. Okay. The caller ending in 1399, do you have any questions on the Parks Department budget?
No.
Okay, thank you.
The caller ending in 5631, do you have any questions on the Parks Department budget?
No?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on, we are going to hear now about the Department of Public Works presentation.
Thank you. Okay, thanks, okay. All right, the 2020 budget presentation for Department of Public Works. I'd like to thank, on behalf of Ken Mathis, I thank everyone for this opportunity to present a brief overview of the Department of Public Works, which includes the utility crew, solid waste collection, building and grounds, and vehicle maintenance. The sanitation department makes more than 2.7 million stops per year to residents' homes. In 2019, we collected 35,086 tons of solid waste and 4,368 tons of bulk. We drove over 600,000 miles per year. Salary and wage budget for sanitation has decreased 4.2%, and the operational budget increased 11%, which is an increase of $9,600 as a direct result in the cost to purchase garbage cans, and a $5,000 increase in the permit line item for vehicle registration, composting classes, and Class B and Class C permits as required for the DPW site. Our utility crew does an outstanding job year-round. Along with all the drainage repairs and replacement, the crew also fills potholes, fixes sinkholes, and seal cracks in the streets. The salary and wage budget for the utility crew is included in the sanitation budget. The operating budget for the utility crew decreased 1.8% this year. In terms of our asphalt recycler, we have not purchased cold patch. Instead, we use milling and broken pieces of asphalt that we have accumulated from road work. We also save on the cost of disposal of the asphalt. In 3 months, we saved an estimated $25,000 in materials alone. Cold patch was not a permanent fix.
Oh, hold it. We lost.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. And that concludes my report. No, I'm only kidding. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. We're all working through this way of virtual meeting together. All right, so for the asphalt recycling, we have not purchased cold patch. Instead, we use milling and broken pieces of asphalt that we have accumulated from road work. We also save on the cost of disposal of the asphalt. In 3 months, we saved an estimated $25,000 in materials alone. Cold patch was not a permanent fix, and the asphalt recycler saves on manpower and wear and tear on vehicles as well as fuel. Paving machine. With the purchase of the paving machine in 2017, we were able to do larger jobs instead of outsourcing them. We milled and paved about 53 jobs in 2019. 2018, we spent $53,167.21 on asphalt. Then in 2019, we spent $92,747.97 on asphalt. The smaller jobs that we would have to do by hand would take a few days. Now they are being completed in 1 day. This is a safer and more productive way of paving. One example is paving Brick High School's Dragon Way. We're able to lay 272.15 tons of asphalt in 2 days. This process could never have been done by hand. When paving with the machine, the job comes out flawless, meaning no dips or bumps. We have built block bins and paved them in the back of DPW. This is a requirement by the state for our sweeping debris. The jobs we have completed left the residents extremely happy. The utility crew would like to thank the mayor and council for the purchase of the paving machine. In-house construction. In-house construction does a variety of projects at township-owned properties throughout the town. They have been working continuously on renovating the Police Detective Bureau and Town Hall. Their work has saved the township hundreds of thousands of dollars from not having to use an outside contractor. The 10 employees on this crew complete a significant list of projects that would cost significantly more to outsource, and they do a better job. The buildings and ground salary and wage budget increased 0.6%. The operating budget increased 13% as we look to fund more in operating as opposed to extending it out over several years through capital bonds. This increase includes the need to fund a duct cleaning project at township properties, which is not an annual expenditure. In this budget, variances are more common and are based on the year's projects at hand. Along with this major project, the crew built storage containers for the beaches, a locker room with new doors for the police department, and winterized all beach and sports complex concession stands. Our electrician has also done numerous in-house jobs, saving the town significant costs incurred while using an outside contractor. This includes servicing the lights at all sports complexes and parks, installed lights and renovated heat rails under canopies at DPW, and he has been working continuously doing the electric for the Detective Bureau renovation. Some recycling information from our recycling coordinator, Trish Totaro. 2019 single-stream recycling, we collected 8,726.58 tons. We collected 5,539.82 tons of brush and approximately 1,981.53 tons of leaves. Trish Totaro does an excellent job with ongoing education to business owners, the general public, and our school children. She has multiple approaches to education, including special events, brochures, and giveaways that outline the recycling do's and don'ts. She keeps the staff informed, and she also completes continuous education programs through Rutgers. With grant money, we purchased and implemented TokenWorks. This is a handheld device that scans residents' driver's license at both the Township's Recreation Recycling Center, known as the Hill, and the Brush Shack. Trish also continues to educate the public about recycling. We have packets that are sent out to residents with all the information needed to maintain a compliant single-stream recycling pickup. Unfortunately, scheduled recycling events with both the Ocean Medical Center and the schools have been put on hold, but those were only 2 of a year full of ongoing events and activities. In our vehicle maintenance department, this includes 8 exceptional mechanics, 2 supervisors, and a storekeeper. We service more than 190 vehicles in DPW, including all sanitation trucks, trailers, bulldozers, dump trucks, and plows and sanders. Our mechanics also service the pump-out boats and police boats along with their trailers. There are also 40 additional vehicles at Town Hall the mechanics service, along with 180 pieces of police equipment and ambulances that are maintained and kept operational. The mechanics use the Township's tow truck regularly and often, significantly reducing the expenditure to outside contractors. Mechanics also supervise the vehicle truck wash to ensure stormwater compliance. The salary and wage budget for vehicle maintenance increased 1.3%, and the operating budget increased 2.8%. This amount is also subject to fluctuation based on the fleet and needed repairs. The Township Sign Shop has 3 staff members who manufacture and install hundreds of signs annually. They also mark Township vehicles and are responsible for striping Township facilities as needed. Last but not least are the professional and knowledgeable office staff that operate the call center. The call center consists of 5 exceptional employees who answer hundreds of calls from residents and assist them with their requests. We use an electronic database system that logs bulk, metal, brush, leaves, potholes, sinkholes, and many residents' requests. Call center staff make sure all requests for assistance are addressed. Again, on behalf of Ken Mathis, he would like to express his thanks to Mayor Ducey, the administration, and the council for their continued support. It matters, and it does make a difference. That concludes the DPW report.
Thank you. Is there anyone from council?
Okay, give me 1 second to unmute.
Sure, that's okay.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Anyone from council have any questions or comments regarding the Public Works budget presentation?
No. No.
Thank you.
All right, so you want me to do what I did
Yes,
before?
I think that's...
Okay, Roxanne, you're up first. Do you have any questions on the Department of Public Works budget?
No, not tonight.
Thank you. William, you're up next. Do you have any questions on the Department of Public Works budget? William M.?
Yep.
He didn't want to be unmuted. Okay. The guest ending in phone number 1399, did you have any questions on the Department of Public Works budget?
No, thank you.
The guest ending in 5631, do you have any questions on the Department of Public Works budget?
No, thank you.
That's it, Lisa.
Okay, thank you very much. That ends our presentations for this evening, and we're going to move on to, excuse me, consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. Resolution 5-1.
Authorize award of bid Beverly Beach Area Roadway Improvements.
Mayor Ducey?
Thank you. So this resolution authorizes the award of bid for roadway improvements in Beverly Beach, and that includes Beverly Beach Road and portions of South Beverly Drive to Earl Asphalt Company in Farmingdale. The amount of the contract is $314,713.13. The project scope includes milling, base repair, asphalt paving, replacing inlet grates and curb pipes, reconstruction of drainage structures, installation of new curb in selected locations, and replacement of existing concrete curb, restoration, and other miscellaneous work as well. Bid notices were provided to 68 prospective bidders from our bidders list. 9 of those requested a bid package. 5 bids were submitted, and the prices ranged from the low of $713,713.13 to $449,715, and we obviously went with the lowest bidder. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 5-2.
Authorize extension of contract for electrical supply services, Aggressive Energy, LLC.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the extension of a contract for electrical supply services to Aggressive Energy, LLC. The Township's energy consultant, Concord Energy, previously held an auction for the Township's lighting accounts and streetlight accounts. The low bidder was Aggressive Energy. The contract with Aggressive Energy expires on June 30th, 2020. Concord requested renewal pricing from Aggressive and received proposals for both that include a cost savings to the Township, a 21% savings with an 18-month renewal for general accounts, and a 10% saving for an 18-month renewal for street lighting accounts. Resolution 5-3.
Authorize change order number 1, purchase and delivery of janitorial supplies.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a change order to the contract for the purchase and delivery of janitorial supplies. One of the vendors on the supply list was awarded item number 28, germicidal spray, at $22.99 per case. That company erroneously bid the wrong product, and as a result, item number 28 shall be awarded to the next lowest responsive and responsible bidder, General Linen and Paper Supply. Resolution 5-4.
Authorize change order number 1, purchase and delivery of doors and ballistic doors.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a change order to the contract for the purchase and delivery of doors and ballistic doors. The contract was awarded at an authorized rate with an aggregate amount not to exceed $45,000 per year. The Deputy Police Chief recommended the change order, allowing for the aggregate amount to be increased not to exceed $220,000. Resolution 5-5.
Authorize execution of a shared service agreement with Ocean County Prosecutor's Office Fatal Accident Support Team.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the execution of a shared services agreement in place with the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office to designate Brick Township police officers to be assigned to the Fatal Accident Support Team for the purpose of assisting in investigation, prosecution of fatal accidents, and in traffic enforcement and education. During times where the additional manpower is needed for the investigation and/or training, members of the FAST will be called upon to assist. Officers will be paid for money in the Prosecutor's Program Fund, which has been designated by the Ocean County Prosecutor and the Board of Chosen Freeholders. Resolution 5-6.
Opposing New Jersey Turnpike Authority toll hike.
Thank you. Mayor?
Thank you. So while this whole coronavirus thing was going on, the Turnpike Authority decided to hold a hearing to increase rates on the Parkway and Turnpike, the 2 roads that they control. And, there was really no testimony because nobody went. It was held virtually, but, not really advertised. It was advertised legally, but not people didn't know about it. We have 6,192 Brick Township residents that commute over 60 minutes, so it's going to particularly hurt us here in Brick Township because the toll increase that they have decided on is 36% toll rate hike for the Turnpike and 27% of the Parkway, which, as we all know, if you're driving 60 minutes or more, you're taking the Parkway and maybe even the Turnpike as well. So together we thought that we should oppose this Turnpike Authority toll hike because it's going to increase and place, it's increasing so much and it's placing an extra burden on our residents who commute to work. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 5-7.
Authorize special events permit dinner to feed Ocean Medical Center.
Thank you. This resolution approves a special event permit contingent upon approval by the Prick Township Police Department and Fire Bureau for a dinner for Ocean Medical Center event from 2 to 10 p.m. on Thursday, April 23rd at Brick Hospital. Resolution 5-8.
Tax collector?
Oh, yes. Well, actually, okay, so 5-8A, Mayor.
Yes.
Sorry.
5-8A is reducing interest on our second quarter property taxes. So there was a lot of talk about whether or not the legislature, because the Assembly passed a bill that would delay property tax payments from the May 1st due date, and the Senate has not passed that yet. So a lot of people out there think that the mayor and council have control over when the property taxes are due, and we do not. It's up to the state. So there hasn't been any state action. The governor hasn't signed anything because the Senate has not voted one way or the other on that bill. Like I said, the Assembly has passed it. What we are able to do to help residents is we're able to waive the property tax interest and fees for delinquent taxes. So we're doing that for the month of May. So the resolution authorizes a reduction of the interest rate for delinquent taxes to 0% for the month of May 2020. So this effectively, normally there's a 10-day grace period. So what we're doing now is extending that for a 30-day grace period to property owners as far as their delinquent second quarter tax payments. So it's something that we can do as mayor and council. And that's what this resolution is all about. Thank you.
Thank you. And Resolution 5-8B. Ms. Bergen?
Thanks. That's a state tax appeal grant for Block 380.18, Lot 1.02, which is 30 to 68 Brick Boulevard. This is a commercial tax appeal for the years 2017, 18, and 19, totaling $44,387.
Thank you. Resolution 5-9.
Recognize National Telecommunicators Week, April 12th through 18th, 2020.
Thank you. This resolution recognizes April 12th through 18th as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. This national crisis we are experiencing is a perfect time to recognize our dispatchers, the men and women who work behind the scenes making sure all calls for assistance are answered. Our BRIC dispatchers are the calm, friendly, helpful voices who answer calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and make sure the proper help is dispatched. They are a vital link in our emergency response. Our dispatchers know our town, our neighborhoods, and our abilities. They are the unsung heroes, and tonight we are thrilled to have an opportunity to say thank you to all of them. Resolution 510.
Authorize execution of a shared service agreement with BTMUA EMT Health Screening.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the execution of a shared services agreement with the Brick Township Municipal Utilities Authority for the township's emergency medical technicians to provide health screenings to their employees as the COVID pandemic continues. In this agreement, EMTs will provide the same screening process that we conduct for township employees. Each day, employees are screened with a series of medical questions, and an EMT takes their temperatures in an effort to identify any potential COVID symptoms. The township will be fully reimbursed for this service, including salaries and supplies. This ends our consent agenda. Can I get a motion and a second for the ending of the consent agenda?
Motion. Second.
Motion from Vice President Halloran, second, I think? No?
Andrea.
Oh, first was the motion?
Yeah, I think Andrea was second.
Okay, and second from Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
heard.
Yeah, maybe the council member could call their name out when they make the motion
Yeah,
in the
That's a
second.
great idea.
You don't like me guessing? Open to the public for questions on the resolution items only.
I'll call on them, I
Yeah.
guess. Okay, so the guest ending in 1399, do you have a question on any items on the consent agenda?
No, thank you.
Bear with me a second. Roxanne, Roxanne, do you have any questions on the consent agenda?
No, not tonight.
Okay. So it's only those two.
Okay. Okay, closed public, roll call?
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Minikino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung. Do we have her?
Ask her again.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 511, bill resolutions, computer 2020.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $3,666,419.89.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second?
Halloran, motion. Second, Mamalo.
Do you have that?
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Open to council for any questions on the bill resolutions. All right, closed council. Open, am I missing something? No. Open to public on the bill resolutions only.
We'll start with guest 1399. Do you have any questions on the bill resolution? I'm sorry, was that a no?
That's enough.
Roxanne, do you have any questions on the bill resolution?
No.
Guest ending in 5631, did you have any questions on the bill resolution?
I had a question on the resolutions, which I didn't get in. Can I ask it now?
How about we hold off for public comment?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, thank you.
Okay.
We're good? Okay. Closed public, roll call?
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Minikino.
Abstain, Teamsters, yes to the rest.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
She's muted.
Okay, I unmuted her.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Abstain, CME, yes to the rest.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 512, bill resolution manual 2020.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $3,386,345.14.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second?
Halloran.
Montoya.
Okay, we're going to say Vice President Halloran was the motion and second was Councilwoman Pontorero. Sorry.
Got it.
Sounds good.
Open to council for questions. Closed council. Open to the public for questions on the manual bill resolutions.
We're starting with Mr. Finelli. Do you have any questions on the manual bill resolution?
Yes.
Do you have any questions on the manual bill resolution?
No, not on the bill resolution.
Okay,
Thank you.
Caller ending in 1399, do you have any questions on the bill resolution? Manual?
No.
Okay, and then just Roxanne. Roxanne, did you have any questions on the manual bill resolution? Any questions, Roxanne?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, closing, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Closing public, roll call?
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Minikino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are up to our ordinance on second reading, the cap rate index ordinance.
Calendar year 2020 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank NJSA 40A:4-45.14.
Okay. The explanation, this allows the township to establish a cap bank for future use. The ordinance allows for increases to budget appropriations and allows the township to bank any unused monetary room. This cap bank ordinance allows the township to increase budget appropriations by 3.5% over the prior year's appropriations, and to bank any unused appropriation room for the next 2 succeeding years. The ordinance is simply precautionary. It is not funded through a tax increase, since it is only used in subsequent years should we need to fund a one-time expenditure. The monies available by this cap rate index ordinance may be used to offset costs of any future disasters and the need for any future emergency appropriation. We are not generating cash. We are creating the ability to raise money should we need it. If the funds are not needed in the succeeding 2 years, the bank is simply dissolved. Can I get a motion and a second?
Motion, Halloran.
Second, Zapsik.
Thank you. Open to council for questions or comments on the cap rate index ordinance. Closing council, and we're opening to public.
Mr. Finelli, did you have a question on the cap rate index ordinance?
No, that's the same thing we do every year, correct?
Yes, sir.
No questions.
Thank you. Caller ending in 1399, did you have any questions on the cap rate ordinance?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you. Roxanne, did you have any questions on the cap rate ordinance?
No, I do not.
Thank you.
Okay.
She keeps muting herself.
Thank you.
Don't touch her.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we are on to the public comments portion of the agenda.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Okay, thank you.
Caller ending in 1399, did you have public comment for us this evening?
No, thank you.
Okay. Roxanne, did you have any comments for public comment this evening?
No, not tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bear with me 1 second. Okay, and Mr. Finelli, you're up.
Oh, thank you. The one I missed was item 4. I noticed it went up from 45,000 to 220,000. That's almost a 500% increase. What's the reason for that? And the other question I had was related to paying of taxes. I know nothing's been done yet, but have you made any way of people paying taxes if they want to pay them?
So I'm going to have Ms. Bergen answer the first part of your question regarding the ballistic doors.
Okay.
What she's getting,
Yes,
she's just getting that.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
So, Mr. Finelli, we had a miscommunication between our police department and purchasing in terms of the number of doors that were part of this purchase.
So that one?
Looking for something else. So originally, that was the guesstimate of the doors needed, but in actuality, we needed doors for the whole entire project. That included the upstairs portion of the police department renovation and the downstairs portion of the police department renovation. So the total number of doors was significantly higher than what we had originally requested. So this is the proper amount of doors needed for the downstairs project. That includes not only the ballistic doors, but all of the doors and the hardware and the frames. So over the 2-year project of renovating downstairs and the upstairs portion, this will be more than enough for all of the doors. I believe there was 40-something doors in total. That was the notes I was looking for downstairs and upstairs, and the hardware and the frames. So we're buying the number for downstairs now, which is 17.
Yeah, I have the numbers.
And then we will be buying the remainder of the doors probably in next year with the frames and hardware.
Okay.
And then
What about, I know nothing's happened, about the taxes yet, but the clock is ticking, so, and I know you're giving a 30-day grace period, but what if people just want to pay their taxes when they do?
So there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can mail in your payment with a self-addressed stamped envelope back to you, and we will give you a stamped receipt with paid on it. You can pay online. If you pay online with a credit card, the company, not us, but the company gets a service fee, which is a percentage of whatever your property tax bill is. But if you pay by e-check, it's only $1 flat fee. So that's the best way. That's the best option online. It's cheaper than buying 2 stamps as well. And you get the automatic email as well. And you can also come to Town Hall. We're open here, but it's only to a certain extent. So in order to come to Town Hall, residents would have to line up. There's an EMT that will be taking everybody's temperature, and if you're over 100 degrees, you will not be allowed in. But otherwise, you're able to walk a few steps further, and there's a drop box right there for it to be dropped off here in person. For those who want to do that, I encourage you not to do that. There will be some people who do that and like to do that, but it's just better to stay home.
That's the same as mailing it in. You're just going to drop it off. You're not going to get a receipt or anything.
We can give a receipt. So what happens is, depending on how many people are here, but right now, if somebody were to pay early or come here for other things, once an hour somebody goes out and picks up everything, brings it back to whatever office it needs to go to, and if receipts are necessary, that person, could wait for the tax collector in this case to come out and give a receipt. They'll come out and give a receipt.
So you don't go into the building? I mean, if you take our temperature, we don't walk up to the tax office and just do the transaction?
No, there's a like a very, very large vestibule between so it's the only entrance that's open is the police entrance, which is in the back of the building. So from that police entrance until the first door to get into the hallway where you would go to the courtroom and stuff, or the council chambers, that's locked. So that's the only area you have is out there in front of the police station, in front of the police section and the municipal court, where the drop box is and for prescription meds and things like that.
All right, so if you do that way, you drop it off, you have to wait an hour for somebody to give you a receipt?
No. So if there's more people, it'll be quicker. We don't know who's gonna be here, but we play it by ear, so we can have, if there is somebody, if there is a line and there's people out there, we're not gonna make everybody wait. Obviously, we're gonna get people in and out, so we'll have somebody stationed out there collecting everything.
Mr. Finelli, if you call ahead and let
Go ahead.
someone know that you're coming, then, they'll be able to get you your receipt.
Yeah, it's not a
You just have to call, if you call ahead, you should be fine. And you won't have to stand around for an hour.
At this point, I think it'd be easy just to mail it.
Probably.
and safer.
You don't have any idea when you're going to be back in operation, correct?
Yeah.
When Town Hall is going to be open?
No, wish we knew. We're just following all the state guidelines of social distancing and everything of that, so we're waiting. The governor's not giving any indication of when life is going to get back to normal.
I know, I watch him every day. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Be safe.
Okay.
Okay, and we have somebody else that just called in. So I have no other identificators than iPhone guests, so is there someone with an iPhone that has a comment that is on participating right now?
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, that ends our public comment. We'll move on to council comments. Ms. Bergen?
I have nothing further tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor?
Thank you. So it's National Telecommunicators Week, and normally we invite everybody here to the council meeting and get to honor them in person. Obviously, we can't do that under these circumstances. So I just wanted to thank our full-time telecommunicators, Donna, who's the supervisor, Ed, Dave, Patty, April, Lori, Fran, Christina, Mark, Kim, Amy, John, Stacy, Nicole, Andrea, Courtney, Taylor, Anthony, Letitia, Valerie, Michael, Elizabeth, Janice, and Joseph, as well as our per diem operators, June, Anne-Marie, Leanne, and John. So thank you and for all you do. So the telecommunicators are the dispatchers. They're doing a lot of hard work now, with the amount of calls coming in, and obviously they do that all the time for us. So thank you every day for what you do. They're the first line of communication. When somebody has an emergency, you're dialing 911. Yes, you think you're getting the police, but first you're getting a dispatcher who has to get it to the right place, whether it's the police, fire, EMS, whatever the case may be. So thank you for everything that you do every single day. I just wanted to give an update on the coronavirus, of course. So in Ocean County, we have 3,841 positives. Here in Brick Township, we have 463 positives. And if you look at Ocean County, it is basically in population order of the positive cases. So you just go down the top 5. Lakewood's the highest population. They're also the highest. Number 2 is Toms River. They're second highest. Third is Brick, as far as population. We're third on the corona list as well. Fourth is Jackson. Fifth is Berkeley. And you pretty much go all the way down. Stafford was the one outlier. They've actually moved up ahead of Barnegat now. So at one point they were behind Barnegat, but they're up actually a little bit ahead of them now. So it just kind of goes in population order based upon percentages of your population. And hopefully these numbers keep going down. The last I was made aware, I did ask for a release of people who have recovered. So we don't get that from the Ocean County Health Department, but our hospital has let me know that 63 people have been released from Ocean Medical Center here in Brick, Hackensack Meridian, as well as 5 people removed from ventilators. And that number may have changed because that was actually a couple days ago when they let me know those numbers. So that number, I'm sure, went up both. But that's the latest I have, so I wanted to keep everybody's hopes up because all you ever hear is what's the positives, and you never hear of people recovering. I'm sure the recovery number is much higher than that. It's because there's a lot of people who do not go into the hospital at all on it. We just don't get those numbers released for some reason from our Ocean County Health Department. If you want to follow those numbers for whatever reason, you can do that yourself at home. You just go to the website ochd.org. Some of you at home who watch Comcast, I guess you're probably watching this now. I do my Facebook Lives. I'm trying to do them about twice a week, depending on our staff here at Town Hall. And they are being aired on Comcast, so you may have ran by those as well. If you want to join Facebook and you have the accessibility to do that, you don't have to do anything else on Facebook. You can just join and follow Township of Brick, NJ Municipal Government. And then ask for notifications, and you will be notified whenever Facebook Live happens, or we did a parade. The township firefighters and police and EMS, myself and the council all did a parade for the hospital staff, and that was also Facebook Live. So we do some other things, but that's available, and you don't have to worry. You can make up, you could just make up a profile and just not like anybody else or follow anybody else. Just follow the Township of Brick, and then when the coronavirus is over and you don't care about Facebook Live or anymore or anything, you can just delete your account and move on. So that is available to everybody. I take live questions, as many as I can, in a half hour. I also just want to let you know, for OCC, there is a testing site. You do need a prescription, so you can't go there without a prescription. So please don't do that because it would back up to traffic and everything else. Here in Brick Township, in the Brick Plaza, we have a place called Immediate Care that is offering tests. That is the only place that I'm aware of here in Brick Township that has coronavirus tests. And again, it's in the Brick Plaza. It's called Immediate Care. I know there's a lot of stress out there for everybody. Please, try to stay calm. It seems, take a deep breath. It seems like neighborhood disputes are on the rise here in town, probably because you're seeing your neighbors more and seeing their activity more, whatever the case may be. It's just not worth it, really. I mean, just, try to live your life and be happy, especially in these quarantine times. To have the added stress of some neighborhood dispute on top of everything is not healthy. Just try to do your best. If anybody needs help with any type of stress, other health issue, there is a hotline. It's 732-341-9700, extension 7411. That is our Ocean County Health Department that has opened up that extension for people with health issues such as stress, anxiety, those types of things, for somebody to talk to, and they'll get you somebody more professional to talk to if need be. Unemployment is an absolute nightmare. I'm not sure. There's 576,000 people who are currently trying to get onto unemployment, and there's probably a lot more because people cannot get through. The state has told me today on the governor's call that they have hired a bunch of other people and provided a lot of laptops to the current employees so that there's more access for these applications. They've also made a promise that you will not miss out on anything. So if you were out of work as of, making up a date here, March 31st, but you can't get through until April 16th, you will not lose that March 30th through April 16th payments. They have made that promise to the residents of New Jersey. The two other announcements I want to make. We have a bunch of community partners that we're doing a lot for the coronavirus and COVID-19, and I want to let everybody know that St. Thomas Lutheran Church is doing a blood drive. It is Wednesday, April 29th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., but you do need to make an appointment. To schedule that appointment, it's 201-251-3703. And appointments are required. You can't just show up at like a normal blood drive because it's social distancing and everything else, but there is obviously a huge need for blood at this time, and St. Thomas Lutheran Church is sponsoring this blood drive to take place in the church gym, which is 135 Salmon Street here in Brick, but you do need to call that number. Again, I'll give it again, 201-251-3703. And then also the Seeds of Service located on Maniloking Road. They are helping out a lot of people. They are looking for donations of canned vegetables. So if anybody has the opportunity to be able to help and you have extra canned vegetables or you're able to buy them just for this purpose, please contact Seeds of Service on Maniloking Road, and you could drop the vegetables off there in person. They are only allowing one person at a time to be there, whether you're picking up or dropping off. Also, lastly, I get a lot of questions about the schools. The superintendent did close our schools. After the fact, the governor closed all schools in the state. Once the governor did that, it is now in his hands, so he has to make the choice of when all schools in the state can open, and then individually districts and the superintendents will make the choices from there of when they will individually open each district. The big announcement from the governor concerning education is supposedly this Friday, April 17th at 1 o'clock p.m. is usually when the governor does his press conferences daily. It could change time only because of if the president is on, the governor does not go on. So if the president has something scheduled and decides to schedule at 12:30 or 1 o'clock or even 12 o'clock, because his goes more than an hour sometimes, the governor will move his time. But right now it is 1 o'clock on April 17th, this Friday, where he will be discussing schools. I don't know what he's going to discuss, if it's going to be, hey, it's another month, or hey, we're closing for the year, or be ready to open next week. I have no idea. I don't think it's the latter. I think it's one of the two former choices, but we will all see together on April 17th at 1 o'clock. There's no indication of what he's going to do on my call today. And everybody stay safe and be well. Enjoy your time with your family and your friends and whoever you are staying with. Don't see any of your other friends, with the exception of doing Zoom meetings, and telephone calls and FaceTime and all that. But otherwise, just enjoy who you're with, and everybody's going to be a little bit closer and tighter after this, and that's one of the good things that can come out of this. So, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Starkey, any comments?
No, I have no comments tonight. Thank you, though.
Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk?
Nothing,
I
thank
forgot
you.
which way to look. Madam Secretary?
No comments.
Councilwoman Zapsik?
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to say to everyone, keep on keeping on, stay the course. I know this is hard, but it's really our only way out of it. The DART Prevention Coalition of Ocean County is offering a free live webinar series. They're Zoom webinars. It's every Friday at 11 a.m. starting this Friday, a variety of different topics, with resources to help people sort of navigate what we're all in together. This Friday's topic is on self-care resources, things you can do for yourself, for your mental, emotional health, as well as your physical wellness. If anyone is interested in that, please email me through the Township website, and I will get you out a link to register for any or all of those sessions. And just wish everyone well, and keep doing what you're doing, because it's working, and we'll get through this together. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Minikino?
Thank you. I have no comments tonight.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman DeYoung? She muted.
She is, but she keeps doing it. It's not me.
Okay. Try that again. Weird?
I'm here. Thank you.
Okay.
I just would like to thank Mrs. Bergen for facilitating everything this evening, toggling back and forth, and of course giving the budget presentations. And everybody stay safe.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Mumolo?
Thank you. First off, thank you, Mrs. Bergen, for your presentations. And everybody, everybody wants to somehow help out, and ARH Associates out of South Jersey, it does work for the township, has a GoFundMe site. And this GoFundMe site is supporting the local restaurants in our area. I believe there's 7 restaurants that are in there. If you go there, you could choose a restaurant or just choose to the general fund and donate money. And what's happening is the food is going to go to our hospital, Brick Hospital, to feed the staff that's in the front lines of this pandemic. So if you want to do something good, the site is arhinthecommunity.com. And if you check that out, you could make it, even if it's a small donation, it all adds up, and it's a way of helping our people that are doing all the good work in the hospitals. And that's it. Thank you, everyone, and be safe.
Thank you. Councilwoman Pontoriero?
Yes, very briefly. Thank you so much for the presentations this evening. It's a lot of work from a lot of people. I appreciate Ms. Bergen taking the time to explain to everyone all the details of all the budgets, with the understanding that so much is changing on a daily basis with the budgets. I also want to point out that don't forget our elderly at this time. If you have the phone numbers of elderly people or seniors in your community, please use the phone. There's no violation of social distancing by picking up the phone and just saying, how you doing? Do you need anything? Can I drop something off at your porch? Just doing that and taking 15 minutes to make a connection can make a world of difference when someone's only looking at 4 walls every day. So keep our seniors and our elderly in your hearts and in your minds. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice President Halloran?
Thank you. I just want to thank the department heads for putting together their presentations, and certainly Ms. Bergen for presenting them for them tonight. It was very informative. I just also, everybody, you know, we're talking about all the first responders and all the people that are helping. If and when you do have the opportunity to get to a grocery store or drugstore or for needed products, please thank those people who are still working there. They're doing a great job, and they're putting themselves at risk every day. So please take the time to show your appreciation for them. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing this evening. Our next scheduled meeting of the Township Council will be held on Tuesday, April 28th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second, or all in favor?
All
Aye.
in favor?
Aye.
All right, this meeting is adjourned. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Who was second? Art. The Art was motion. I thought Paul. Oh, thank you.
Try to end